Am I mad, bro? Bad, bro. Bro. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brendan. I am mad, bro. Perna. The Buccaneers are already trying to fix their one weakness so they can return to Los Angeles, but for the Super Bowl. Or to maybe lose to the Rams in the championship game. Imagine if the Bucs play a championship game at SoFi Stadium and then play the Super Bowl at the same stadium. Has that ever happened before? Now, there are some question marks surrounding the Richard Sherman signing. Mainly, why do his pants go all the way up to his chest? But overall, I think he will eventually help the Tampa Bay defense. The Lions released Jamie Collins, and I'll show you why being a water boy in the NFL is a very dangerous job. Today on That's Good Sports. Yes, subscribe here, but also why don't you check out my friends over at the Game Day YouTube channel or thegameday.com. I host a second show called Odd Man Sports. Every Wednesday evening, that show goes live over at the Game Day, and I need you to subscribe there and to watch that show so they don't cancel me. Culture will eventually cancel me, but don't let the Game Day cancel me. Also, I've got Big Dick Patreon shoutouts for new patrons. Brennan Gonzalez, J Mars D _420, Johnny Rockford. Yo, give Johnny a follow on Twitter. Johnny did the Teddy Roosevelt designs, did my new logo designs. Johnny Rockford is a legend. Adrian Ortiz, Christopher Barrett, Cordy Rudisile, and Robert Dominguez. Thank you guys so much for your support. Patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. It's Wednesday, which means we have NFL headlines to discuss. Jamal Agnew, 200-plus yard kick returns in back-to-back weeks make him the first player to do that in NFL history. I'm rooting for a third in a row because I'm not sure the Jags have anything else going for them right now outside maybe running back James Robinson. The Lions have released linebacker Jamie Collins after they were unable to find a trade partner for the 31-year-old linebacker. Collins is an extremely gifted linebacker, but his effort declined this season in Detroit. You know what? We can just skip to the part where Jamie Collins becomes a Kansas City Chief, right? He's going to be a Chief. We all know it. Now, some believe he'd head back to New England, but I don't think Bill Belichick brings Collins back for a third stint. He already got rid of Collins a year too early twice. And it looks like Patriots running back James White is going to be out for the rest of the season with a hip injury, which sucks, because I would have found it very enjoyable to see Mac Jones beat the Tom Brady-led Buccaneers via James White, 1,000 dump-off passes that he just turned into huge gains like we had seen Tom Brady do so many times before with James. The Chargers play at home this weekend against the Raiders, who also used to live in Los Angeles. And according to Vivid Seats, 74% of the crowd this weekend will be Raiders fans. The Chargers have a shiny new stadium, a great new head coach, a newish QB, and the only thing this team can't do is get new friggin' fans. It's sad, and I'm scared not even my power rankings curse is enough to stop the Raiders this week. The Chicago Bears are looking to build a new stadium. They signed a purchase agreement for an Arlington Park property. The only thing they're missing is a football team to play there. Now, a lot of Bears fans are upset that this new stadium will be out in the burbs rather than the city of Chicago itself. I'm guessing the new name will be Justin Fields Memorial Field after Matt Nagy literally gets him killed next week. Speaking of nearly getting killed, the Eagles' water boy was crushed on the sideline during Monday Night Football, the game between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Turns out, in real life, when this happens, you're not secretly a great football player due to years of pent-up anger like Adam Sandler portrayed in The Waterboy. I can't believe they had the audacity to call that movie a documentary. Now, Here's Tom Brady mouthing the F word. This is a great example of Tom Brady's competitiveness. He's never satisfied. This is what never being satisfied looks like. The Buccaneers lose one game, Tom gets pissed, and then they go and sign him Richard Sherman. Unlike Antonio Brown, Richard Sherman won't have to live with Tom Brady while he gets settled. Remember when Richard Sherman took to Bourbon Street to interview people about Richard Sherman and Darrelle Revis? It's a great video, it's a classic where nobody knew who Richard Sherman was, but this Patriots fan just kept naming Pat's players.
Have you heard of Richard Sherman?
No, but you're not being Revis.
You never heard of Richard Sherman?
Tom Brady?
No, I'm saying Richard Sherman. Have you heard of him?
Gronkowski?
And now I think that Pats fan was actually a psychic, a Bourbon Street voodoo practitioner who was just naming Richard Sherman's future teammates.
Tom Brady?
No, I'm saying Richard Sherman. Have you heard of him?
Gronkowski?
Ones that he'll probably win a Super Bowl with. Now earlier this morning on GPS, the Grossi Perna Show, Tom Grossi and I broke down the Richard Sherman signing. I'm gonna play that clip for you in a minute. And I hope it convinces you to watch GPS every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. But next to calling Michael Crabtree a sorry-ass receiver, Richard Sherman is most famous for asking Tom Brady if he was indeed mad bro. That became a meme. But the Richard Sherman meme I've always liked the most is this one. When you try to sit on the toilet after leg day. Now, it's not a good meme. I just like that someone saw this face of Richard Sherman and decided this was the best meme he could come up with. It just shows how little we try sometimes. Like the Buccaneers secondary this season. And that's why they signed Sherman. Now, cut to the Grossi Perna Show.
Sherman's a savvy dude. He knows what he's
Businessman.
doing. He knows how to hype up a podcast.
That's it.
I should learn something from Sherman in that department, but
We have a cooler show name though. Like his is what
Yeah.
is it, the Richard Sherman Show?
yeah.
RSS, like RSS feed. Oh, that's
Wow.
actually pretty
Oh
smart.
my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god.
He is next level. He just
That's
next level
5D chest.
GPS. That son of a gun. That son of a gun.
Damn.
Anyway, Richard Sherman, age 33. Okay.
Dinosaur.
Here's the difference between the Bucks and the Chiefs. Both struggling on defense right now. The Tampa, they only lost one game so far because of their defense. The Chiefs have 2 losses. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are like, what's our weakness? It's our secondary right now. Sean Murphy Bunting gets injured and we can't cover anybody. We've given up 1,015 passing yards, 9 touchdowns. That's worst in the league. Although the Colts Packers have also given up 9 touchdowns in the passing game, tied for worst in the league, really.
I'm sorry. What was that? You blanked out for a second.
Packers.
Packers are a great team. I agree.
Packers. And the Chiefs were like, our secondary's pretty bad too. Our defense is really bad against the run. Let's fix that by signing a wide receiver. So the Bucks address an area of need. The Chiefs are like, we're just gonna try to score more fucking points. Like,
That's what it comes down to.
we think Steve Spagnolino will fix the defense at some point. We always start off slow on defense. We just need to score 40 points a game. We'll be all right.
It's like a medieval duel, okay?
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I'm in these fights. I'm getting cut up pretty bad, right? I'm literally losing like hands, right? I'm getting stabbed in the gut. And instead of thinking, maybe I should invest in a shield, nay, you're like, I'm going to make my sword so much sharper and I'm going to be able to get him that way.
Yeah.
I might not have a hand or a liver, but those guys, I'm going to chop them up real good. So, yeah, no, I think this was the right strategy here.
Give me a mace that I can't even swing because I have no hands anymore.
That's
Correct? All right.
Shove it right in the stump.
Now, Carolina, Seattle, and San Francisco all interested in Richard Sherman. The Panthers, who do have a very good defense, They lost J.C. Horn, of course, but then they also put safety Justin Burris on IR, so I think that's why they were interested in Sherman.
Yep.
I think Sherman could have helped any of these defenses out because the 49ers and Seahawks, their weakness, also the secondary right now, and Sherman also has, he knows those teams. He played for both of those teams, but he chose the Buccaneers because apparently Tom Brady's a great salesman, gave him a great TB12 sales pitch. Also, like I said, the NFL's not going to suspend Richard Sherman for his arrest this offseason because he already missed 3 games this season. That's kind of interesting, kind of a weird move by the NFL. If you recall, Sherman was arrested for being way too drunk, just way too drunk, charged with, it was like burglary, domestic violence, resisting arrest, DUI, drunk driving, wrecking his car in a construction zone, and then fleeing the scene of the accident. But of course, the reason he signs with Tampa Bay is none of those things are crimes in Tampa. So
that's true. That's 100% accurate.
He's safe there. Also, I think it was like a wake-up call for Richard Sherman. I'm rooting for him to battle his demons, get off the booze or whatever led to this. And I think the TB12 method demands that you never ever have alcohol, so I think that's a good fit.
That's it. You just kiss your son on the lips. But the thing is, in terms of other storylines, I feel like Roger Goodell is like, man, like I can hand down like this harsh punishment, but if Richard Sherman is on the Buccaneers, I can hype up this Buccaneers Patriots match on Sunday Night Football and get at least 6 more Adele songs in there. Yeah. So I feel like he's like, you know what? He's a changed man. It's fine. There's no issues with it whatsoever. Yeah,
it's a bizarre move because I feel like if it's most other players, they still get the suspension. But maybe it's like, he lost out the money because he's not playing right now. Maybe the Buccaneers are like, we'll make up the money you lost for those first 3 weeks. That's why he signs there. But here's the thing. Sherman last year was injured for the 49ers.
Yes.
Only had 1 pick.
Who wasn't, by the way, for the 49ers?
332 snaps. What, 1 pick, Tom? What were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, who wasn't injured for the 49ers?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it was their other corner, Jason Verrett, who was always injured, but now he's injured again. But last season, 2020, he was healthy. 2019, however, Richard Sherman, Pro Football Focus's second highest graded corner, first highest graded corner for corners that played at least 50% of their snaps. So I do think when it comes down to it, Richard Sherman can help the Buccaneers secondary immediately. I don't think he's the corner he once was, but
no, he's not.
They need a guy in that secondary who's just not going to make mistakes, who's going to play, solid football. I think, he might give up some plays here and there, but it's an immediate upgrade for that team in an area that they needed. So,
listen, I think if you can bring Antonio Brown into Tampa and somehow not make him the highlight of like the team, and in terms of the publicity and all the bad press, Richard Sherman, he's gonna be no problem. And I think, like you mentioned it, I was actually talking about this with the 49ers fan last week when we were hyping the matchup, and like Sherman, no, he's not the same CB, but like he still like has that commanding presence in which QBs are at least have to be aware of him and are probably going to go to a different part of the field that he's not in. So I think right off the bat, like you said, it will be a solid contribution because right now that Tampa defense is getting lit up.
And I think like the Bucs pass rush will return to form. And of course that helps out your corners. So
correct.
It's a smart business decision for Sherman, not just financially, but performance wise.
Thanks for watching this episode of That's Good Sports. Many of you have been asking me to clip out the Grossi Perna show. I don't really have time to do it, and honestly, I'm uploading so many videos, I don't know if it's necessary. Do you want more clips from GPS, or am I doing too many videos as is? I just don't know. Let me know. Thanks for watching here. Please subscribe on YouTube, or click the video on the screen to watch more of my crap.